Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day. In this video, I'm going to explain you how to write a research proposal, and basically I'm going to talk about two topics today. First, that how to choose your research topic, and another thing that how to answer the research question that you have to give when you fill the Türkiye Burslari application. So I'm going to start with how to choose a research topic. So there are some tricks and tips that you can follow to identify the research topic. First of all, identify the knowledge gap. You have to identify the knowledge gap. And how can you identify the knowledge gap? You can only identify the knowledge gap when you will study the research papers, review articles, and you will study the scientific studies. When you're going to study, you will see at the end, especially in the discussions portions, there will be always a research gap that they want to tackle in the future. So you have to study that carefully, and then you have to guess the study gap from there. Second thing is that align with your professors. Like if you are going to study in Turkey, you have to see that what Turkish professors or what Turkish laboratories are doing nowadays. So you have to align your research proposal with their studies. So you can only align this when you will visit the university website, and in university website you will see that there is an option for the recent research project. You can explore that projects, and you can align your research proposal with the Turkish expertise. The third one is the feasibility. You have to see the feasibility. You can only see the feasibility when you are going to visit the university website, and on university website, especially when you are going to visit the university labs. For example, I'm going to apply for a scholarship, then I have to go to find the lab that I'm going to work in, and then in the lab you will see you can read the papers of that lab, and from those papers you would take a guess that yes, in these labs, and these are the operator status that are available, and I can use these operators to do my research. So you have to craft your research proposal according to the apparatus you got in your lab. So you have to see the feasibility. Like if you somehow, for an instance, you're going to do a research on proteomics or metabolomics study, and you would see that there are no operators regarding these research opportunities, then you don't need to write research proposal on these topics. Okay, the third one is the time frame. You have to overlook the time frame that yours. If you are a master student, you have to see that your research projects should be completed within 2 years. All right, and for the PhD students, your project must be completed within 4 years. So you have to see this. If your project is going over the range, like for the master student is going over 2 years, for the PhD student is going over 4 years, then it's a kind of ambiguous. So you don't need to write such research proposals. So you have to avoid. You have to keep your research proposal within the time frame. The third last thing that you need to consider while choosing a research topic for research proposal is the impact. You have to see the impact of your research in the world, and you have to see the impact of your research in the coming world. So for both of them, you have to see it carefully, and then you have to decide the research proposal topic for your studies. Now comes that how to answer the research questions when you go to YTB website to apply for Türkiye Burslari scholarships. So first of all, when you go there will be first of all you have to fill your personal information, you have to upload the documents, and then they're going to ask you some questions. So the first question would be related to letter of intent, that I already made 2 videos on that and explained very well that how can you write an efficient and scholarship winning letter of intent. The other questions, that there will be some questions regarding to your research proposal. You have to answer them. So the first question you would see is the subject of study. So you have to specify the subject of your study. You can see if you want to work on gene regulation, if you want to work on climate change, if you want to work on breeding, you have to specify your domain. For example, you think that you want to work on the gene regulation pattern. So you will write in this portion that gene regulation in some crops, okay, in, for example, cotton. Okay, that's it. Make it very clear. Don't need to write a lot in this portion. Then you will see the portion for working title. You have to specify more in this topic. Like you have to write that which gene. For example, if you want to work in potato, you have to write that MIB gene regulation. You have to name the gene that you want to work on the regulation of this. So you have to specifically mention the gene name in this portion. Then comes the analysis of problem. They will ask you analyze the problem. So you have to analyze the problem. How can you analyze the problem? You can see the situation in your country. You can take help by studying research proposal, that how is this problem is arising in the current world. Or even you can, if you are following some scientific blogs, you can see from there that how this problem is arising and how I want to discuss this problem. The fourth question you will see is the theoretical background. You have to give the theoretical background of the studies of the research that you want to do. For that, the basic tip is you have to go to Google Scholar, download a lot of papers. At least I would suggest you to at least read 30 papers before writing your research proposal. That is what I have done. I have read almost 30 papers before writing my research proposal. So you have to write all the papers, because if you are going to read a lot of papers, it means your dictionary in your mind, your level of knowledge about that topic is going to increase. So this is how you are going to master this, and you are going to write about the theoretical background of the topic that you are going to choose for your studies. The next question is the research method. You have to step by step, you have to write your research method. Which methods are you going through? By going through, you are going to do your research. Like you will plant, you will harvest, you will do gene sequencing, you will do metabolomic study, proteomic study, all of that, gene sequencing. So you have to write them step by step, and at the end you have to write the time frame, that how much time is going to take on writing, on reading literature review, how much time is it going to take on planting crop, how much time is going to take on proteomics or metabolomic study. So you have to write about all of them. And the last thing that you have to do write is the significance, that what significance holds your projects holds actually in the world, in your country, and what can it be for good for the Turkey. So you have to write the significance and the future, especially the future of the topic that you are going to choose. So then at the end you will see a portion where they will ask others. So in other portion, I would suggest you to mention all the research proposals, all the research paper that you downloaded to study about that topic. So that's all for the research